Hey guys, Brady here, and I just saw Hardcore Henry. Alright, so this movie is. Wow. This movie is violent as hell. Um, if you like really violent movies, you should see this movie. I mean, this movie has. This movie is like kick ass, it's like Kingsman the Secret Service kind of violent. And it's not like R rated Expendables violent, where you just have like CGI blood or whatever the fuck that was in Expendables. This this movie is just graphic. It's graphic with its violence. I fucking love it. So basically, uh, there's this, I guess like this institute that basically builds these humans. They like reanimate humans, kind of, and Henry's one of those people, and so now his his like girl or whatever that he fell in love with has been um has been kidnapped, and so now he's just on a revenge plot trying to get her back, and yeah, and so this movie is, I shouldn't really say it's plotless, but it's basically just him and Charlton Copley just killing bad guys left and right. Charlton Copley plays like all these random characters, or yeah. But this movie is awesome. Like I really enjoy the hell out of this movie. Um, like there was like this one scene where the Henry takes off his shirt and he like lifts off his shirt and he like all these like I guess like plugins in his chest, and he like plugs like a wire into his chest, like, oh god. I was like, oh, that's awesome, that's really cool. um but yeah, this movie, for violence now, there's this one scene in the movie where Henry is running in the streets of Russia, and um he's trying to like what's it called, like capture this one dude whom he was trying to kill in an earlier scene. So anyway, he's running in the streets of Russia with him, and he finally catches up to the dude. And as he's about to talk to him, the dude gets shot, and he gets shot in the face. And this part of his face, like this part of his face right here, no more. You just see this part of his face. It's like, and then they show you it like afterwards. Like holy shit, that's that's detailed, and it's also graphic. I love that. I love violent movies. I don't know what it is. I just love violent movies. I love graphic violence. This movie is pretty much, if Saw was an action movie, that's how violent. No, scratch it. If Final Destination was an action, because Saw violence was cartoonish and the effects looked cheap, but this is Final Destination kind of violence. Um, some cop gets his balls squeezed to death, and blood just spurts out into Henry's hands. Like, wow. Um, I really enjoy this movie. Uh, if you this is made for video game people. This is entirely filmed in the whole entire movie is shot in GoPro style, so it's first person shit. It feels like it feels like Call of Duty in a way. You know how Call of Duty is like all first person shooter. That's what it feels like. Um, I didn't get bored at this movie at all. I didn't have to take a pee break or adrenaline. My blood was pumping in this movie. Like I was at the edge of my seat during this like one scene towards the end where he's like beating up like all these bad guys. It's like, this feels like a video game. This feels like something I'd be doing in like Grand Theft Auto. If I was in like a gang attack, I'd just go bang, 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 bang. But I'd probably die and die and die. But still, you know this gangs attack where you just walk into like a random area and it's like red, and all those like random rednecks or whatever just start shooting at you. That's what it kind of feels like. Like I feel like I'm Henry and I'm just shooting up all the bad guys in this movie. Uh, as my character in Grand Theft Auto. I give Hardcore Henry 5 stars out of 5. It's a bit high, I know, but this movie deserves it. I mean, this movie was awesome. It's so much fun to watch. It's a quick movie. It's a 90-minute movie, and I saw the like what's it called like the special fan screening that they had of this, and there was only like 5 people in my theater, and the director had like a Q&A, and it was just a fun time. I went with a friend of mine from school. Definitely worth seeing if you want to see if you want to see a movie this weekend. Don't see The Boss. Go see Hardcore Henry. You'll have a lot more fun with it. Actually kind of want to see The Boss, but I heard it's okay. But Hardcore Henry, go see it. And another thing before I go away, this movie was at 81% earlier, with the consensus saying the gimmick in this movie is awesome, and Hardcore Henry really knows how to utilize the gimmick and shit like that. I was like, all right, this movie's gonna be awesome. And then I leave the movie. I look at the consensus. I go to Rotten Tomatoes and it jumps down to 49%, and the consensus changes and like, oh, the gimmick in this movie is stupid. It's like, why are you changing your consensus, Rotten Tomatoes? First you had a positive consensus, and then you make it into like a negative consensus, saying like, oh, the gimmick wears thin and shit. It's like, you either choose a consensus. Don't don't change it a day later. It's like, honestly, you went from a positive consensus to a negative consensus just because it went down to 49% and it's now a run. And you have to come up with a run consensus. But yeah, this movie is definitely worth the money if you are a gamer. I'm not a gamer, but I enjoyed the hell out of this. I like gory, violent action movies. Maybe I'm fucked up in the head a little bit, but I really enjoyed this movie. I can't praise this movie enough.